Good morning, everybody. What is it? Sunday, 8:30 in the morning. Time for a more not speedrun. We're 998. That means if we win this game, we are in danger of going over the 1,000, smashing the 1,000 barrier. Okay, E4, E5. Also, I'm somewhat the worse for wear this morning. I've still got friends over, and had a little bit too much red wine last night, and nowhere near enough sleep. Okay, so what's going on here? Looks like we're going to get a bishop on b2, which is going to be staring down at this pawn. So this is like a kind of Queen's Indian attack idea. So there's going to be some pressure on this pawn. The pawn is, as of now, not defended. I can just develop normally, though. I know this knight can come out to c6 to defend the pawn. I could even push d6 to defend the pawn. Bishop d6 just is ugly. Queen e7 is similarly ugly because the queen's in the way of the bishop. How are we all doing? So opponent is Dat Miesgel from Netherlands. Rated 10-4-45. Okay, we are 998. And ooh. Your Majesty, right. I mean, the first thing that springs to mind is knight. The queen's knight jumping out. Any time the queen comes to these squares, right? So, you know, when it's the other way round, you know, when you are like playing a Danish gambit or a Goering, you know, anytime the queen comes here, the first thing that springs to your mind is bang, bang, bouncy, bouncy, horsey time, you know? But here, obviously, the other way around. But again, same thing. Queen comes out too early. I've got to play that move, I think. Should we see if we can do one blunder free today, eh? So this is dangerous because it hits the queen. It also hits the c pawn. Okay, now I can still jump in there, but they might take, and then I have to take back with the e pawn. I don't really want to do that. Okay, so we've got a bishop looking here. It is defended by the knight, but the knight might have offensive ideas as well. Now this doesn't work. D5 doesn't work because it's attacked twice. Hang on. There, pawn takes. I can take back. Oh. No, wrong bishop. That's fine. It's a dark squared bishop and it's looking at f6, not looking at f7, so that's fine. So I think d5 is actually playable here. But the nice thing about d5 as well is I get to play bishop g4 with tempo. But d6 would be a quieter version of that. Let's just consider d5 again. If pawn takes, knight takes, bishop's looking at e5, it is defended. Or I just bring out my bishop, say somewhere like this, and then push d6. I figured that's okay. That's okay. I'm also ready to castle. d6, bishop to here with tempo, and the queen is looking somewhat out of squares. Also, notice I could bring my knight to b4 and attack the c pawn. Okay, so white has now played the move h3 to prevent this. I do have this now, and in fact if bishop takes now, I've got bishop takes, I'm looking at the rook, so we probably end up with c3, which would not be nice for white. Here I'm hitting the queen, I'm hitting the c pawn, so white's got a few options like queen over or queen back to d1. And again, what we're trying to do is taking a chess to the next level is to say, well, what happens if I go down this path, and then who ends up better or worse? So let's think this through. Knight goes here, bishop goes here, we take. Knight c3 would actually maybe even be a better move, but then the knight is kind of pinned on the rook. I don't know. I feel like what I ought to be doing is just developing. So I'm thinking like bishop here, castle one way, right? The opponent's played the queen out into the board. She's not going anywhere, right? So she can still be harassed later on. This bishop's now defended by d6. I think I'll just keep this move in my pocket, you know. Just hang on to that move. Ain't no rush. Okay. Now here I could just castle and break the pin. I could kick the bishop away, or at least put the question to the bishop. That seems okay, actually. It can't retreat here and maintain the pin, because then, what's that? b5 traps the bishop. So here we are putting the question. If takes b takes, that's absolutely fine. Or is this a better move? Now, the question then is, does my bishop want to be on d7? And it's not a bad square. I mean, it still has eyes on this whole diagonal. I could do this and then maybe kick the bishop. I think that's probably sensible. That's probably a slightly more mature move than the move a6. Directly putting the question, because now if I push a6 and he takes, I take maybe with a bishop, then I've got double attention on the e4 pawn, and I've got two bishops. Oh, now that to me just immediately jumps out as a beginner move, not an intermediate move. And the reason is because it's like, oh, there's tension. I can't stand the fact that my bishop is looking at this knight. Or is he just thinking, I need to eliminate that knight at all costs because of the risk of knight d4? But what I would have done is wait for the pawn push. Wait to be asked the question, because that costs black a turn, right? And then you take. So obviously I think we're going to take the bishop here. Now we've got, like we say, double eyes on e4. We're also ready to castle, and look, I've got wicked bishop pair. So if white castles short, my bishops are looking very, very strong. But the present risk here is for me to capture either with the knight. I think probably bishop is better because it's a fork on the queen, and okay, so he defended there, so good idea. So my knight right now doesn't have any prospects to move forward. So at some point I will want to be improving that knight, but I think my priority needs to be getting the queen off the back rank and castles. So there's something telling me that long castles is good, primarily because his one remaining bishop is on this diagonal, and I would like to eliminate this bishop from our inquiries, if you know what I mean. So, you know, also the queen's on this side of the board looking down here, right? So everything's pointing this way. So I'm thinking I want to get the queen off the back rank now. So the question is, do I want my queen on light squares or dark squares? Here, she could double up with this bishop. My hunch is light squares. See, on d7, she defends f7. She also controls, she's got more line of sight and could pair up with the bishop on this diag. So I think queen d7, it's a quick sanity check, looks fine. Okay, and then long castles, we've completed development, move 9. All's well. And I've used one extra turn because I recaptured when my opponent traded on c6. So other than that, very efficient. Look, look at my pawns. Okay, now hang on. Before I just automatically carry on with plan A, what's changed here? White can now long castle. Knight might come in there, but that doesn't really work. That's fine. Knight can't come there. Okay, I think we can carry on with our plan. And I've definitely got ideas now of some kind of kingside pawn push. I've castled queenside. Okay, let's move. Okay, knight ge2. Now I'd be really happier if my opponent goes that way, I think. because he's walking into the line of fire of my bishops. So I kind of want to encouragise that. I'm considering the move d5 now. Right, opponent's got 1, 2, 3 eyes on that, but I have many defenders. Bishop, knight, queen, and rook, all defending. I'm thinking about rook h f8 first, though. Just because of principle. So let's say we do this. There's some bloodshed on here, right? And then Freddie, the f-pawn, is free to make his way up the board and cause trouble. I don't know, it just felt sensible. And I am really trying to work on, okay, we have long castles. Brilliant. So this pawn is now automatically pinned. That's in an absolute pin. Freddie now knows that his number is soon up. He's going to be called upon for king and country. Right, big questions now. So now what's happened is everyone's completed development. We are now officially welcome to the middle game. Right, welcome to the middle game portion of the show. I'm happy with the way the opening has gone. Material is equal, okay? So let's take stock, our kind of post-opening phase analysis, right? We have opposite side castles. And what that means is, all right, calm down. Pawn storms, right? Okay, so white should be thinking about throwing his pawns up this side of the board. I should be thinking about throwing my pawns up this side of the board. And now it's kind of a question of timing. Like who gets their attack in first? My most obvious pawn break is the move d5. It does actually undefend this pawn. And I'm also wondering about how can I play the move f5, right? So could I, for example, g6 knight here, and then f5? g6 isn't bad because it also supports f5, and if takes, takes. But I can't play that now, as it literally hangs the knight. So h6, g6, knight here. I know, it feels a bit slow. But this knight is now actually very awkward. So that's what I'm thinking about. What can I do with this horse? Or do we break here? Takes, and then my knight has... Okay, let's do this. And I'm threatening now to push up to d4, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it looks like an idea, because it's like, oh, I'm attacking your knight, but then I'm also completely gunking up this bishop, which would then have to reroute around the other side of the board. So I probably don't want to do that. I think what I really want to do is open up here and open up my bishops. You know, I think this is my big asset, is this bishop pair and the way that these bishops are lined up, you know, pointing into this corner of the board, which is where my opponent has just obliged me by dropping his king. So if they take here, I'll probably take with the knight. And I figure that just, you know, any opening up of this center of the board only benefits the guy with a double sniper nest over here. Right, my queen and my rook are lined up. I've got a rook lined up with his queen. I am just in a stronger position. And if I take here, then yeah, it's all good. In fact, if I take here and he takes, knight takes, knight takes. Now I've got 3 attackers, haven't I? 3 attackers. 1, 2, 3 defenders. So that doesn't really work. But I could trade off. I could trade off the pawns. I can do that for free. That doesn't cost me anything. But then I can't take, because that loses a piece. But yeah, d4 I think here would be a mistake for me from a positional point of view. Okay, again, opponent blinks, okay. Oh, what? No, come on, so I take, pawn takes, bishop takes, come on. That's got to be good. Yes, I know we hang this pawn, but actually, having this pawn out of the way In fact, pawn takes, bishop takes with tempo against the queen. So he hasn't got time to play bishop here. Or if I take with a queen, we might see a trade of queens. So again, this is a key moment, isn't it? If queen takes, white takes, I must recapture. And then it's white to play, and then white grabs the pawn. Okay. However, after bishop takes, we're now threatening white's queen, and white has to move away, and can't go here, by the way. So there's a lot of squares where this queen can't go. So she's really got three options, and there's nothing that can block on this square. Right. So now the queen has to move. Okay. And now it's us to play. So a huge difference. Okay, so there's now two attackers on this pawn. Queen is also attacking h7, which I'm quite happy to allow her to do, actually. So I think f6 now. Queen takes here. My queen defends g7. So we are actually giving up a pawn, but look what's happened. This whole center now has opened up. Okay, and these bishops are just like laser vision now. So now it's just a case of bringing my firepower to bear on this corner of the board. If queen takes here, I might just automatically play that, I don't know. There's no light squared bishop, so the light squares are relatively safe. It looks like a free pawn. There you go. Now I could just try and annoy the queen, but I don't, my feeling is this bishop belongs looking down at that diagonal, yeah. But this, I need to engage both my rooks, and I feel like my rooks belong on FGH, not on D8 here. I don't think this is not the action area. I really want to line up my queen or a rook against the G pawn here. This could also be a hook at some point as well. So in fact, bishop to here could be an idea. But I mean, there's part of me that's thinking about kind of pushing my pawns up to gain space. I don't want to trade queens right now, though. I mean, here, that is a thought. A bishop-queen battery. Bishop first. I'm simply threatening to capture on g2 and peel open the king. Attack the rook. King can't take because he'd be in check, right? So I'm thinking maybe queen c6. Maybe then g5, and this queen's now starting to look a bit awkward. I mean, she can retreat up this light square diagonal. Or queen here. And g5 takes away this square from the queen. This move actually, it does drop this pawn again. But again, we have to ask ourselves the question, is this pawn actually in my way? I don't want to trade queens though. I could lift my rook to f7, defended by the bishop. But then I don't have the option of either rook to there. 4 minutes, so I need to move. Right, okay, I'm going to hit the queen here. So I couldn't find this. Okay. Here blocks the defense of that, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to just hang on. Queen takes there, then this one hangs as well. I have rook h6, that's a thought. Right, I know my king and queen are in line, there's no light squared bishop, and the queen can't go to f5, so we are really pressuring the queen. Oh, she could go there, but then we probably trade rook dh8, and I'm threatening mate. This pawn can't move, remember. I don't know if this is an accurate kind of attack. Okay, she's gone back there. She's gone back there. Pushy push. That would drop this pawn. So I think we want to probably keep these pawns here are just like blocking that bishop out the game. So rook dh8 I think looks like a sensible move. I'm having to play it a bit more blitzy now because I've spent a lot of time gassing. I still feel good. We are a pawn down, but it's all about the attack, isn't it? And I know my... Okay. Interesting. Do I take? I think I just take. My bishop might come back to d6 then with tempo. Which is no bad thing, you know. What about even? Even thinking about rucksacks as well. Rucksacks. It's what you carry your stuff in Yorkshire. Rucksacks. Okay. Now I'm not going to trade off. I am going to play this with tempo against the queen. This bishop's undefended. This is defended. There's no knight checks. And I am, depending on where queenie goes, she's probably going to go sideways, eh? So she can't go there, she can't go there. This is still possible. I think I would not like that move because I want to keep the queens on, and I can't play my bishop to there. There's no. Yeah, if I was white in this, I think I'd probably go for a queen trade. Being a pawn up, but remember the pawn that he's up is the H pawn, right? And this is okay. No. Can we? Are there sacrifices on the board here? If rook takes here, you're not going to play queen takes because rook takes. Well, I don't. Yeah, and then my queen's just going to checkmate because of the evil bishops. This is just great, all right? There, pawn takes. Rook takes pawn. Queen's not going to take because queen takes queen. Can I sacrifice a rook? Is there a win? Let's assume pawn takes. Let's assume rook takes. I'm threatening to come in with a queen and just mate. Queen can't block. Let's pull the trick. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. I think it looks great. I think these bishops are just supreme. And that's either a blunder or a brilliant. There's no in between, you know. Come on. If pawn takes or queen takes, I'm going to recapture with the rook. So we've got a cat-eye barbecue going on outside. We've got to get going again from last night. Sally's going to cook. We've got black pudding that big that she's made. Homemade black pudding. Super healthy. The mate's out stoking the fire. People are chatting. It's just great. It's like a little mini festival we've got going on. And white is having a really jolly good think here because... I don't know, there's something really sexy about that move. And again, it's the story of the evil bishops, isn't it? That is the story of the game, and I love it when a game has a theme. Okay, so if pawn takes, I've got rook takes. Rook then probably threatens to drop back with queen here. In fact, no, pawn takes, I can't drop my queen in there straight away because pawn takes queen. Pawn takes, rook takes. My threat is this. In fact, after pawn takes, rook takes, it's actually a tempo gaining move because we're then hitting white's queen. So white's queen's got to go somewhere. Okay, rook, off you go. Come on. I want to get my sacrificial attack badge today. Please make it happen. Okay, if the queen just like retreats somewhere like that, this is checkmate. This is a simple ladder mate. Right? So what's he got? This drops the queen. Doesn't work. Ooh, that's interesting. That doesn't work because queen takes. Yeah, that move I did not see. I have this though, defended by, then king comes up here. That's actually a fork, king fork. But also this move, check. King must move to one side. My queen could then dive into h3. So king can't come here because that's mate, right? So king must go here. Then I can't, I'd love to take there and fork king and queen, but I can't because of that stupid horse. Okay, you figured that out. Queen h3, is that workable? And that doesn't work. Queen here, I'm threatening to come in there. If queen here, rook there, I can come in like this with check. Come on. Because I'm on 2.5 minutes, so I've got to get a shift on. This pins the knight. It feels kind of slow, but there, I just threatened to take out the knight and just come in. I don't know. I can't see it. I bet there's a glorious finish somewhere in this. Come on. This knight can't go anywhere. Now I've got 3 pieces looking at this square now, this pawn on f3. So the knight's absolutely essential there. Now, what about even c5? c5, but I can't take the knight because the pawn's actually pinned by the queen. This is the area one of the areas of my game where I really want to tighten up. Is this attacking finish? You know, really go full bastard mode on this. Opponent's down under 7 minutes now, so the clock might yet play a part, but again, just keeping these bishops is so important. Bishop here, pinning the knight. Feels slowish, but yeah, and look, he's got, most of his pieces are on this single diagonal. If I threaten to take the knight, check. King goes here. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to play next. Okay, king moves. All right. Okay. Okay, I have this. This is check. No, rook can just block there. That doesn't work because he's got 4 pieces defending it. Rook here. Rook blocks. I take. Can the queen and bishop finish this job? I just don't know. Rook here, rook blocks. Okay, we're going to need to do something because the clock is ticking, man. I like this move. I don't think it's a terrible move, so I'm going to play it. Really try and pin down this knight. I might even threaten, let's just calculate this. Now that would hang the bishop, yeah? Also I can't take here. I think he's surviving quite well here. My bishop's now looking at a different diagonal, really. Right, he took 2 minutes over his last move, I took 1 minute. So I definitely need to hurry up. So let's find a non-mistake move. That's quite often a good... Okay, there goes the queen. Now, I'm tempted to do this. If the knight moves, I can grab this bishop. That's checkmate though, isn't it? So I'm going to do this to defend e8. That knight again can't move with check because it's on opposite colour to my king. That means it has to move to a light square, which means it's only attacking dark squares. My king's on a light square. Right, just shortcut. c5. The knight's effectively in a pin because his bishop is undefended. That also hits the rook. What an exciting finish. These bishops have been quite versatile. That doesn't work. Queen takes. He's down to 5 minutes 10. I'm on a minute 38. I think king c5 is my next idea. Don't think... Oh no, bishop there pins this pawn. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders, the king being obviously the last defender. I've got 2 attackers right now, so a bit of a way off, but think moving that knight, if he goes here he gets taken, if he goes here he gets taken. He can't go to any of these squares because he's got his own stuff on there. So here, is he going to play knight there? Should I play a6 first and just try and win this knight? I don't know. The knight is an absolutely central defensive piece right now for white. Yeah? Sunshine's come out. Knight is a key piece. Okay, I'm going to play that really quickly. I don't think that's a super threat. And now if c5, he can't go there because he gets took. Can't go there, there. There queen takes, there queen or bishop takes. And there pawn takes. So he's down to 4 minutes exactly. Okay. Thinking this, there's no threat of a rook back rank here. In fact, if the knight moves, I really need to take the bishop first, I think. So where can he go? These aren't actually checkable squares. So he can't move from either of these with check. Oh, he can move to there. But then I just hide in the corner. Even if he drops a rook down, I can... Ooh, no. There is a potential mate. Dang it. Hang on. If this... I don't... Ugh. It's so sharp, man. It's not the time to be hung over. He's down into 3 minutes. Okay, he's moved the knight, attacking the rook. Now I can move my rook with check. Yes. He's almost certainly going to block with his rook, I think. Now, this is really fascinating. This hangs. He's in check. If he blocks, we trade off. And I probably grab the bishop, I think. But then the knight is... I'm going to still look out for good moves though. So I'm thinking we're going to see queen takes, yes? Do I grab the knight? I'm actually 1 pawn up at this moment, but my rook's about to die. Do I grab the knight or do I grab the bishop? If I grab the knight, he trades bishops. Or I grab the bishop for free and I'm still attacking the knight. Am I worried about this check though? He comes here. Rook comes in with check. King here. I can't play. So I'm taking the knight. That check just felt too Too dangerous. Okay, and we are back to a position where I'm nominally a pawn down. Okay, queen takes with check. And now I've lost the bishop pair. All right. Okay, taking stock. Queen defends that. This is undefended. Right, I feel like my opponent might live to fight another day. Okay, I'm going to play my bishop to one of these squares. That comes with check, but that one looks at the f-pawn. I want to probably get my queen onto a light square as well. Okay, well, I can move out of that with check. That's okay. If this, my queen still defends the bishop, so that's all right. So my queen can drop down, say d7, something like this. Okay. Right, I think I want... No, this... Oh, the rook can't go there. Okay, come on. So I'm lining up against this pawn. This pawn's undefended. I have a check with the queen on g5. Should the queen block? I have other checks. I can't grab that pawn now. I might want to get my king into a non-checkable position. I don't know. 2 minutes 40 for white now. I feel like the fish is going to give me a proper lesson at the end of this game, and I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I feel like triangulating again. Okay, I'm not sure what that does. I'm throwing in a check. Just because of the clock. So he took 51 seconds over that move. He's on 2:15 right now. But remember, there is an increment. This is the point. I'm now threatening this pawn, and it's check. It's actually a fork. And that is check again. Haha. This pawn is now attacked and pinned. Attacked by the bishop, pinned. Okay, I want to hit that pawn again. I've got a free pawn here. And that pawn's undefended, but it's okay. This is not mate. I have that. I think I'm in a pretty good place, but I have to be accurate. I think if we were to trade off queens right now, I think I'm in a good position. My opponent does have a rook, which is better at keeping my king out of the game. Oh man, I thought this was going to be a nice straightforward one. The rook's undefended. Is there a check that forks the rook? Do I just come here and attack this pawn? Do I come here, hit the rook? Okay. Yes, hit there, hit the rook, and I'm actually threatening that. Rook can't defend it here. He has got rook f1, but that puts the rook out of action. There's no threat of the check now. Rook can't come in with check because he falls. Queen can come in with check. Okay, but we figured out that we have this. There. Drives my king out into the board. Jeez. Oh no, another check. Okay. Oh lordy. But I have double eyes on this pawn. It's defended only by the king right now. Sheesh kebab. You can't mate me there. This pawn is... Oh, man. Also, my king's now blocking the bishop's view of f3. Do I have to give up my queen now? I do. I have to give up the queen. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, man. And that's losing. But, I mean, fantastic. I'm just looking forward to seeing... You know, what did I miss in that attacking opportunity? You know, opponent's down to 2 minutes, but it doesn't matter. He's got a queen against the bishop. You know, it's completely winning. I've got these bishop and 2 pawns here. I just can't see. Huh? Okay, and that's mate. Queen takes his mate. I could have gone the other way, but is it? Oh no, I have this. Whew. Well, come on then. Come on then. Come and finish me off. So he's got, yeah. This is okay. Threat to take here. And queen takes his. No. Pawn takes. Wow. I don't think I can get myself stalemated here. And that's check, so I. But very well played. My opponent really dug deep there, because that was a very sharp attack. I couldn't see how, how to convert that sack into anything better. I think he's just going to take here. Then what I really want to do is I just want to get all my pawns off the board and try and get stalemated. Keep this pawn here. I don't want to take that pawn, because then there's just simple ladder mates. If he takes here, I'm going to recapture, takes, push this pawn up. Okay. Push. Try and get the king to take this pawn. Queen can't take, really. So everything lined up so well in this game. That bishop pair were doing a fantastic job. Did it turn out to be a blunder? Okay, I can take here. Come on, you've got to finish this off, man. You need to know how to do this. Again, queen can't take. Rook here, there, then queen takes. And we're going for a walk over this side of the board. That's a check. Okay, I will have this pawn. Hard to get stalemated now, actually. This is check. So let's say king takes, I push pawn. Queen can't take pawn. He's got a check here. There. That is not mate. I go there. And queen takes his mate. Come on, finish him. Do it. That's not mate. That is. Okay, well done. Good game, good game, good game. Right, let's do a quick analysis. Grabbing the PGN. We paste in, but anonymously. And let's have a look. Okay, what do we I mean, I just don't know. I do not know what to expect from this. Ooh, littered with missed opportunities. One blunder each. And, okay. Said white played 1400 and I played like an 1150. Okay, fascinating. So hang on the review, how did we do in the game, the portions of the game? Yeah, I played badly through the entire thing. Oh man, okay. But we're doing okay. So yeah, there's a point here where black is just completely winning. Okay, here I'm good. Yeah, it wanted the pawn break earlier on. Yeah, because if they take here, I've got bishop takes defended by the knight. Okay. So this is fine. We're fine. Okay, after castles, now I push that and it says, no, mate. Wrong idea. this problem knight. Now I was thinking about, you know, coming round the houses the long way, but I think, yeah, just opening up this pawn was critical. Knight comes in, and that's just, here black is better. And this wasn't great, but that is a blunder. But why? That's a good move. A bishop sack. What? If king takes, then we play this. The queen can't defend h3 because she can't go here or here. Oh, that was the attack. That was the attack. Oh man, beautiful. And I completely missed it. Okay, but this is winning, winning, winning. Okay. Being back, that's great, we are winning. That's okay. Better move was. Rook takes h3 in that position. Okay, so rook takes h3 here. If pawn takes, again we take with the rook. Oh! Queen... White's in the best move for white here is queen... No, now, or just take there. Okay, that's just crushing. That is how to use those bishops, okay. But I took, and that's a miss. Here, rook takes h3. So I threw that in, didn't I? Again, rook takes h3. And now rook takes h3 is good, still winning. But rook g6 here. Rook g6, pinning this pawn. Mega. Oh, man. And that's just quick. Queen g4 check here. What? What? Queen g4 check. You can't take because oh my lord, that's mate. And there's mate in 3. Oh, sweet Jesus. They have to block. We just take its mate. Oh my god. Oh my god. Right. Every day's a school day. So the idea was good. The timing was just all wrong. Well, well, well. This I feel like I need to go over a few more times. You know, in a position like this. Right, so this is the kind of thing where we go. I'm going to grab the fen. And I've got a study for attacking ideas. Let's find it. Got a couple of studies for attacking ideas. There's a medium. Let's go into this. What's the date? 30th of July. Okay, put that in from the black perspective. Okay. And after this, okay, do it. And the move is that. Right? Because if they take, it's mate. There. If the queen blocks, I guess we take with the bishop. I don't know. Computer will tell me. Yeah, bishop takes. And again, they can't capture the queen. They're going to push a pawn, and it's mate in 2, whatever happens, right? So, what did I miss? I missed the fact that I have my bishop looking down at this corner, and that getting a rook there was instant checkmate, okay? So after this move, this would be mate, therefore this pawn is pinned. Therefore this pawn cannot capture on here. This is a completely forcing move. If queen blocks, we win. Again, they can't do this because it's still mate on there. I need to sharpen my attacking teeth. Okay, well, so I hope you found some of those ideas in there, maybe not. Otherwise, you know, we gain a bit, we slip back a bit. It all drags out the series, which is all good. But yeah, I thought that was absolutely fascinating. Hope you enjoyed it. That's the main thing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.